Previously on Gears.
All right, let's have a look at the world of Formula One. Of course, the big news over the last couple of days has been Kimi Raikkonen, that was signed from Lotus to Ferrari. Now, just to put things into perspective, earlier on this year, Ferrari took another Lotus person, and that man being head of aerodynamics, head of design, James Allison. Well, guess what? Ferrari have just taken another Lotus person, and that is head of aerodynamics, Dirk de Beer. Now, if you go and look in history, and I'm not saying this is how it's going to follow, how it's going to come together, but if you look in history of Ferrari, back in 1993 when Jean Todt was there, Jean Todt started and had to rebuild the whole Ferrari organization. And slowly but surely, he got in Ross Brawn. Then he signed Michael Schumacher, and Schumacher said, no, we need Rory Byrne. And he got Rory Byrne. And then they got Nigel Stepney, and they got a couple of other guys. And all of a sudden, look what's happening now. You've got Stefano Domenicali. First of all, they brought in Pat Fry from McLaren. Now, all of a sudden, they're bringing Rory Byrne back into the overlooking the whole design. And he's our South African friend, by the way. So now you've got that. Then you've got James Allison. Now you've got Dirk de Beer. Then you've got Kimi Raikkonen and Fernando Alonso. If they all work very well together, it could be the start of a very prosperous, I would say, team for the future of Ferrari. There are going to be some slight modifications at the Singapore Grand Prix. The chicane at turn 10, known as the Singapore Sling. Whichever you go to Singapore, that'll be the first drink that you have. The Singapore Sling has been removed and replaced by a single apex left-hand bend. What they're trying to do is lower the lap times in Singapore because it's just such a fast street circuit that it tends to get a little bit hairy for drivers and spectators alike. Something that, well, I don't know if it's a little bit too late, but the FIA has warned Formula One teams that it is ready to get tough on much-needed cost cuts. Now, this was introduced or proposed by the former FIA president, Max Mosley, and everyone laughed at him. And now, all of a sudden, the times are really, really tough. Oh, okay, we'll have a look at it again. This should have been implemented a long time ago. But in a very realistic kind of a way. Max Mosley's budget proposals were bearing on ridiculous. But I suppose with negotiation, they can do that. Jean Todt from the FIA has made it clear that the FIA will use its block vote to push for cuts, and support from Bernie Ecclestone and a minority of teams could ensure outfits like Red Bull that have revisited tougher restrictions in the past will not be able to block rule changes as they did in the past. And I think this is also very, very important because if you are the leading team in Formula One, sometimes you do have the clout to persuade the FIA or the regulators to sit there and say, no, hold on a second, this is now affecting us negatively. We want things the way that they were. And we saw that with the tyres earlier on this year as well. So cost cuts and also veto from FIA, that's big news. News that has come out from Mark Webber, who says Kimi Raikkonen's move to Ferrari is a huge positive for Fernando Alonso. Now, if you go back in a little bit of history and go back to the times when BMW were in Formula One, we had this terrific Polak driver by the name of Robert Kubica. And Robert Kubica was a teammate at that stage with Jackie Newton, otherwise known as Jacques Villeneuve. Just translated into English. Jackie Newton Villeneuve. New town. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm all over the place here. So now the thing was, Kubica was really, really good. And Kubica used to out-qualify and smash Villeneuve all of the time. But Kubica was always like 4th or 5th in the grid, 6th and 7th on the grid. And Villeneuve was down back in 10th, 12th, 15th, etc., etc. BMW then decided, you know what, enough of Jackie Newton. We need somebody faster. And they employed Nick Heidfeld. Nick Heidfeld was immediately a second quicker than Villeneuve, and that second translated to Robert Kubica. Robert Kubica now all of a sudden upped his game and became a second quicker again, and all of a sudden was qualifying on the front of the grid in the second row of the grid. Now, I'm not saying, with the greatest respect to Felipe Massa, Alonso's qualifying has been one of his Achilles heel. And as much as you could say, well, maybe the Ferrari's not good over a single lap, we've seen them very quick in third practice sessions, and it's not translating into qualifying. And perhaps maybe Alonso needs a little bit of a hurry up from a much faster teammate. And of course, Raikkonen, as we know, is fast in qualifying and fast in the race. So I think it's a very positive thing, and that comes from Mark Webber himself, saying the positives for me are that Fernando needs to be pushed more on Saturday afternoons, which he will live for. Kimi will lift him and help him to get a bit more out of himself on Saturday afternoons. On Sundays, there's no question. We know Fernando is a brilliant racer, but on Saturdays, Kimi will lift him to another level. So I think there's looking at some great positives from that as well. Now, here is an interesting one. Red Bull will not be running Infinity engines next season, as Renault won't be rebranding their own product. In recent years, reigning world champions Red Bull have had their Renault engines rebranded as Infinity in keeping with the sponsorship deal with the luxury Nissan division. That, though, will not continue next season, as Renault are set to reclaim their engines when F1 swaps to the smaller 1600 turbocharged V6s. So that is just more of a corporate statement than anything else. Whereas I was sitting and saying, well, I don't know, maybe Infinity comes in and purchases someone like Lotus. But we shall have to wait and see what happens there. There we go. That's a look at our Formula One news for today, and of course for the rest for the whole week. And this Formula One feature was proudly brought to you by Pirelli and Tiger Wheel and Tire. Stand a chance to win a trip to any 2014 F1 Grand Prix. You can find out more at twt.to. And now, handing over to the one and only Mr. ENF.
Win a trip for two to any 2014 Formula One Grand Prix of your choice. Plus, you can double your chances when you buy any 2 or more Pirelli tyres. Get to your nearest Tiger Wheel and Tyre to enter. Only at
weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.
Beautiful.
Gears with Sasha Martinengo on bulls.co.za.